Hello, humans and pets. Today we are going to food some more.
You're gonna food some more. Okay. All right. Well, today it's been a while. It's been quite a while now. We had to take a little break from Ryan's favorite establishment of all times.
Yeah, for now.
But they're back.
Delivery.
Delivery. They're back because they came out. They finally got rid of it, and I'm going to say this: we were waiting. I personally was waiting to not like something from Little Caesars
to get rid of the pretzel.
As a testimony on how bad the pretzel crust pizza actually was. Ryan refused to eat any of the leftovers afterwards. So that salt fest is over.
It was very salty, and we hope this one doesn't contain as much sodium.
So they finally got rid of that. It's not on the menu anymore. But they came out with a new extra most bestest pepperoni thin crust.
So it's thin crust pepperoni pizza.
This one scares me because I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a thin crust fanatic.
And I've been seen to eat it all. So
well, the whole thing. So I don't know. Like to me, you know, I don't mind a regular crust, but sometimes a thin crust is crispy but we're gonna give it a try, and that's just it. So they came out, and it was what, $6.99? Am I correct on that for the extra most bestest?
It was around like $7.
Somewhere in that general range. So,
oh my goodness,
we got a casualty. This is cut differently.
Ta-da!
It's cut in not the traditional pieces. It's actually cut like you would cut a square pizza.
Yeah.
Which I'd never seen. I didn't know
they did it. So
I didn't know they did that. So this is the thin crust.
Extra most
bestest.
It has a ton of pepperoni on it.
They do. I will give them that. And this one's a little separated on the ride. But, I mean, look, if you can see, they definitely, again, did not short you on the pepperoni.
We reviewed an extra most bestest, the regular extra most bestest, a little while back. So if you know you're viewing this now and you haven't viewed that one,
go back and look at it. Because was the extra most bestest the one with the stuffed crust also, or was that something? Or that was just a stuffed crust?
Yeah. Our first ever review.
Yeah, so anyways, I mean, we've done Little Caesars quite a bit, and other than the pretzel bread, we've had nothing but rave reviews. So we're going to see, you know.
Especially the sticks and slices and all their crazy
That was actually I really like
I kind of want to get that again.
Yeah, that was a
It was like $6, and it was really yummy.
So, all right, so we'll give this a try. I think we should take a
corner piece?
Little crazy piece.
I'll take this one, though.
But I think we want to get, like, a middle piece, too, of some sort.
Middle?
Well, like... do we want...
One thing I love is that they cut it, like actually cut it. They don't like fake cut it and just roll over it, and then like you have to like
pull it apart.
Yeah. You have to take a knife and cut it yourself. It's nice.
I mean, the one thing I always say that I really do like about this chain is even though this is a thin crust, you can't even tell on the edge of the pizza. Like this is the edge of the pizza.
Yeah.
The literal edge of the pizza, and you can't see where there's a piece of crust on this pizza. The
it
pepperoni,
just looks like pizza.
Everything goes right to the edge.
And cheese.
And that's the one thing I will say.
My dog.
About that. Get down. Come on, you go eat your breakfast. So
breakfast.
Or supper.
So let's eat the breakfast.
Right.
In our face and see if it's good.
I will say, just in first texture,
it's crispy.
I'm already going with it's going to be a thin crust, and this is what people like about thin crust, though.
Yes.
Is that crunch.
So if it doesn't have a crunch, I'm going to be disappointed.
Huh? I don't know if the mic's picking it up.
There's a crunchiness.
There is a crunchiness. And this is the direct edge. So this is why I wanted an edge and then I wanted the inside.
If you look, it's very thin.
Very thin, yeah. Good call. I forgot to show that.
That's why it's a thin pizza.
Been a while. We haven't had pizza in a while. I'm holding in all my comments until you start again on what you think. I don't want to sway your decision. I will ask questions if you want prompting of what I'm thinking in my head.
There's some sort of flavoring in the sauce that I'm picking up on that I don't think I ever have, but I haven't had it in a while. It's like a something.
I think it's a similar sauce.
Maybe I'm weird,
but I could be wrong.
I don't remember it. So,
me personally, right off the bat, plenty of pepperoni flavor. Pepperoni's delicious. I do like that about these pizzas. But let's just go with the crust.
I don't know.
What do you think about the actual crust itself?
See, I like thin crust pizzas.
Yep.
I like all pizza, I feel like, that doesn't have salt on it. And it's buttery.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get. I don't get as much. When they had their normal crust pizza, and
it was more buttery.
You got like that really. Right now, it's almost.
It's flaky.
It's almost flaky. It's almost like a pastry.
Yeah, and I don't mind it. Because if you eat the pizza, it's super cheesy, perfect amount of sauce, perfect amount of cheese. There's a ton of pepperoni, which is a plus in my eyes at least.
You can't see it, though.
You eat it, you go, and then, but it's not like a burnt.
No.
It's more like if you take a potato and you cut it as thin as possible and you put it on a frying pan with oil and then you cook it.
It would turn into a potato chip.
And then you eat it.
To me, you know what it reminds me of? Because your analogy was not anywhere in the realm of possibility of what I was at.
Okay.
I think, now take a bite and close your eyes. Without getting the fruit flavoring, it reminds me of a toaster strudel pastry. That's what it, like you get that.
Tastes like a Hot Pocket. When they're cooked properly.
It's distinctly different than their normal. And those that like the crust, I'm not going to say it's bad. I actually like this. This is a lot better than the pretzel crust. But I would get the regular crust better because I always like their texture. I like their buttery flavor. I like their normal crust.
And their crust doesn't need to be thin because they butter it.
Right.
And like the cheese, they added the cheese over it, right?
With the thin and being it baked this much, it made it almost pastry-like. The dough itself doesn't as much taste like a pizza dough as more of like a pastry dough to me. And that's not a bad thing. It's just got like almost like I want to feel
like a biscuit.
Like I can break it in half. But if you can see, like, here's your cheese and your pepperoni, and it's only this much of it, so it turned it almost into a pastry.
Yeah, it's like a what are they called? Like the croissants. It's like that. It's flaky.
How you compare?
But when you bite it, it's crunchy. And
that's what I was going with the toaster strudel feel. Because that to me feels like a croissant. It's like flaky. You could peel it. Unlike a Pop-Tart, it's just dry, and you know what I mean. It has more of a.
Like a
flake to it. Yeah. But overall, I mean, I'm gonna give them back the thumbs up.
Yeah.
I was kind of dogging them.
After I'm eating it and I'm like, this is good, and then you finish the piece and you're like, I can eat some more.
Well, honestly, and I will say too, no matter where we got it, whether you took the edge or if you took the middle,
it was still crispy.
The crumbs.
Of course,
the texture of the dough is the same
in the middle.
Both places.
The outside on the outside edge was a little bit more crunchy, but that's gonna happen
because it didn't have the sauce, right? But overall, if you are a thin crust person,
the texture on this thin crust pizza is almost satisfying in a way. You bite through it, and then you get all the tastiness, but it's like a little crunch.
Well, to me, again, I'm not usually a thin crust person. I usually like the thicker crust. I think your mother would like this one. This is one of these ones like sometimes the other one was flimsy. There's no flimsy to this. This is
never
almost,
really had a flimsy.
No,
pizza.
but sometimes you get like a pizza and you gotta you got to try to do this with it because all this stuff is falling off, and you got to
it's
hold
super
it.
greasy and it's leaking down your arm.
Again, for a pepperoni pizza that has this much
that the dough
pepperoni,
wasn't gonna be able to soak up the grease.
Mhm.
But for the amount of pepperoni and the amount of cheese that they stuck on this thing, there's like none. Like even the box is pretty clean.
the only thing I will say that I think, and maybe it's all in my head because of it almost tastes drier because of the crunch of the.
I don't taste dry.
It's not
I think
dry.
it's just the crunch.
I think it's just a crunch.
I think it's just the
It
crunch.
adds a taste, like a texture. And again, those that like some people like the thin crust for that reason. They want the crunch, and if you don't give them the crunch, you didn't do it right. So I think they actually did this right. I would order this again, but for the same price, I would order the regular crust because to me,
I
it's
think
just
so too. It's more like you don't get as satisfying, I guess you could say. You don't get the enjoyment from biting into a pizza.
well, you almost
but
feel like
you get more pizza.
you feel like you're getting beat for some pizza because it's so thin. I mean, this is literally, an eighth of a centimeter. You know, I mean, it's so
But no
thin.
place is gonna add this much pepperoni to a pizza, anyways.
First of all, it was only $7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Normally, somebody for this thin pizza would charge like 18,
it just.
and add half the pepperoni.
I'm not complaining on the price, everything about it. I'm just saying, apples and oranges. If I was gonna order one, I mean, we ordered this because it was the new one out. I would recommend, if you guys like thin crust pizzas,
Go try it.
go try it. And if you don't, go try it. I mean, it's worth. I mean, it's $7 for a large pepperoni pizza, and there's not one spot on this pizza where you can't find a piece of pepperoni. So to me,
It was
I
spot
mean,
where there's no cheese.
Where
you don't taste sauce.
You don't even know. Right to the edge. There's barely even a crust.
That's one of the biggest things that I could say about Little Caesars is that they always put there's no desert,
Yeah,
There's
none.
no place where it's dry.
Yeah.
There's no cheese, no sauce, no flavor. It's just bread, and then you have the massive lump of crust where if it's not stuffed, it's sad.
Right. They do come out. This right here is like 6 something. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know what it is. Because Little Caesars
Prices
seems
may
to be
vary,
cheaper in Michigan, but it's just under $7. But they do have a meal deal out with it where you can get this. You can get. Actually, I didn't even look what the meal deal has. I know it comes with a Pepsi, but I don't know if it comes with.
It can either be Pepsi, it can be
Mountain Dew,
Sierra Mist,
Sierra
Mountain
Mist,
Dew,
right.
And then you also get, I believe it's the crazy sauce and the crazy bread.
Oh, I forgot about that. I thought it was. I was just thinking it was the soda. So I'm like, we don't need all
it's
that.
$10.
We did the pizza because the pizza was new.
And a 2-liter bottle. It's
of one of the sodas, right? And there were 3 different things on the app, so you could you
Sierra
get
Mist,
Coke,
Mountain Dew, or Pepsi.
right? And it comes with the crazy bread and the crazy sauce, so you end up getting the soda for free. It was kind of like the deal they had before, so it wasn't a bad deal.
And our place did go with the.
They did it this time, right?
Last time there was I believe it was the cheeser. But I might be wrong. It might have been the
It was one of them where they
most
did the deal, but our place didn't do it.
Our place didn't do it, but the place
this time.
like a little bit further away did it. But it's nice that they're even doing that, because they don't have to.
No, right.
Like, it's already a deal enough. You don't have to put another deal on top of it.
I was secretly hoping because they asked on Twitter, now that they're getting rid of the pretzel bread, what are you gonna do? And I was like, bring back the bacon crust.
Yeah,
and they're like, ooh, good idea. So I was secretly hoping that they actually brought it back because we didn't get to try it. Can't speak the English.
Me either.
Yeah. So, but overall, again, you can't beat a large pepperoni pizza for $7
with this much pepperoni.
They do good. That's the one thing I like
job.
with the extra most bestest. They load it on with the pepperoni and the cheese. Even the cheese when we did that was just like a really good tasting thing. But you are getting a thin crust with this one.
But that's because we got the thin crust one.
Because it's the new one that's out there, right? So that's the thing with that. But so if you're a thin crust person, it's definitely changed the flavor of the pizza to me.
Because the crust is such a big part of the pizza.
It is, and it really does because and if you guys try it, let me know. To me, it's pastry-like. It has like a flake to it. It has almost a crunch to it,
in a good pizza way.
It's not a bad way. It just definitely changes the taste. Maybe we'll have to try like a deep dish one, and then you can change the whole flavor of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but with that being said, you
Uh-huh.
know, this is the extramost bestest pepperoni thin crust pizza.
And we ate it today.
Yep.
And we think it was good.
No, yeah, I definitely say if
I
you
would
guys,
highly
if you like,
recommend it.
if you like a thin crust pizza, you know, definitely go give it a
Or
try.
if you like pepperoni pizza, go
That's the
regular.
one thing I will say always with Little Caesars is with that much pepperoni, it can very easily
Yeah.
be greasy. With that much
That much
cheese,
cheese.
they don't. There's plenty of sauce. There's plenty of pepperoni.
And
there's
I don't know what
plenty
they
of cheese.
do. Like they must like take a napkin and put it over it and
You
soak
know,
up the grease.
and that's just it. I know. Like Domino's has a thin crust pizza, but I would have never thought to order it. This was just new here, and I'm just
glad we
curious if you know what it compares to something like.
I like
this,
how they
but
cut it for a thin,
They cut it different.
and I like that.
I mean, it's not the normal 8 slices of pizza.
whatever,
It's cut in squares instead.
Which I personally like squares a lot more.
Well, it's always
because-
funny because you always get that little corner piece that when you're full, but you just want one more piece of pizza.
And,
you
or
can always eat it, you know?
everybody always goes for the middle pieces.
Because
The good thing, I like it when it's a square pizza. Not only a circle, but just a square pizza when it's cut in squares. Because then, you know, you're not cutting any corners.
Right.
Like Wendy's.
Like Wendy's, right?
Yeah, they don't cut
So-
corners, alright.
Right. Well, there you go. So that's our review. It's a nice short one today because we didn't get all the extras
And we
that
did
go
like
along with it.
87,000 long ones. So.
Right. So we'll keep this one short and sweet. But this is the extra most bestest pepperoni thin crust pizza
Thin crust.
from Little Caesars, and we both, you know, I gave it a thumbs
liked
up,
it.
and I know Ryan liked it. So I highly recommend it. Go give it a try.
Yep,
And
Finn thinks it smells good.
yeah, well, yeah, he doesn't want his food. He wants ours. So, you know, give it a try. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, hit that like button. And again, any suggestions, because
Yes, comment them.
we got lucky by happening to see that they came out with this one and got rid of the pretzel crust. So, you know, we are running out of new places and new things. So
Yes,
if
we
you
are.
come up with something you want to see, you know, let us know, and it'll make it easiest for us. in
And
the
we
future.
will potentially do that.
We'll do it. We'll do our best to try to get to it. So, that being said, hope you enjoyed the video.
Woo!